Okay, folks, another episode. Might be 91, but time's up, might be 92. Who's counting? Anyway, another episode of Piper's Persuasion. And we are travelling a bit around the world just now. Singapore last week, Nova Scotia this morning, and now we are Nuremberg in Germany, Bavaria. Still, it is Bavaria, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Nuremberg. And a beautiful city, absolutely beautiful city. And we have the beautiful Susy Klinger to be interviewed today.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm Susy Klinger from Germany, from Nuremberg. And I live a wee bit outside from Nuremberg in a wee village with lots of cows and sheep. And I love my piping, I have to say. I saw a pipe band in my hometown here when I was 9, and I was fascinated and I wanted to learn it. But that was in 1985, and there was no internet, and my parents helped me, but we couldn't find anybody who can teach it to me. So it was just a dream for me for another 4 years, I think, and then I saw a set of pipes. I bought the set of pipes here in Germany, tried it and failed. It was a Pakistani set, of course.
Oh, and where did you buy them, Susie?
It was a music shop in another town here.
Did you break the windows?
I should have done that, yes. But all my savings were in these pipes. And I was really sad. And so my parents helped me again, and they found a piper who was from the next village or somewhere here. And he came to the house, took my pipes, the Pakistani pipes, and I said, you don't need the bass drone, you don't need the middle drone. And then he started playing, and I just thought, that's not what I want.
No.
And that's not how the band played. And
no.
I went into the kitchen. I still remember I went into the kitchen and cried. And my mom came and asked me what happened. And I said, he's not a piper. He can't teach me. So again, I have to wait. Waited 7 years. And when I was 20, I bought a good set of pipes. But without an instructor, you can't play them.
So where did you buy the second set of pipes?
It was Reinhold Ege. He was near Stuttgart.
Stuttgart.
And he sold pipes. I think he still sells them. It was a Gelander and McLeod.
Ah, yes.
With a sheepskin bag and cane drone reeds.
For goodness sake.
Yeah. I didn't know anything. I didn't season the bag.
Oh.
And I didn't know that. And so I failed again. And it was when I was 28, I saw a piper in Nuremberg and he played on the street. And I asked him if he could teach me the pipes. And he did it for about 6 months. And then I went to the College of Piping in Glasgow. And I had several teachers there. I started with Jimmy Young, Harry Donaldson, Joe Wilson, Willie Morrison, Stuart Cassells, whoever was there.
No, great pipers, all of them.
Oh, yeah. I learned a lot. And since, it is over 10 years, I go to Willie McCallum for lessons.
Yeah. And how do you do that? How do you see Willie on Zoom?
Yes. Yeah, I see him on Zoom when I'm at home, but I go quite often to Scotland and then I have lessons one-to-one with him.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Now, just to recap very quickly, you just get the basics from the first chap that they taught you, and then you went to College of Piping. What type of tunes were you learning at the College of Piping at that time?
That was the MSRs and Pibroch 6/8.
Good.
Everything you need.
Yes,
Yeah.
So, what Pipers's did you cover?
It was the James MacDonald of the Ides Lament was the first one who Jimmy gave it to me. And then I think it was Massacre of Glencoe. I think that was the second one.
Yeah, a nice tune.
Yeah. And then it went on and on and on.
So how many Pipers'Persuasion do you think you've got?
I've memorized about 10 or 12, but I
That's
learned
right. Yeah, good.
20. Maybe I learned 20 and I'm
Uh-huh.
in 20.
So, if you any favourites in amongst
Yes.
that 20?
Yeah. Tulloch Art is my favorite.
That's my favourite.
Oh.
That was the first Pipers'Persuasion I ever was taught by Ronnie Morrison when I was at a College of Piping summer school at Tobermory when I was 16. And that wasn't yesterday.
Yeah.
So,
The day before, yeah.
now, it's an interesting tune because when I learned the Tullahard, I played it for many years. I just said, chi tibbity, chi tibbity, chi dro, chi o, and forget the canter. Okay, that's my one. Anyway, I was listening over this year to R.U. Brown playing the same tune, Tullahard, and he plays it up. So he plays chi tippity, chi tippity, chi dro, chi o, and keeps it moving along. You see? But the second phrase is much the same as we would have learned. Chi tippity, tendo, hippity, chi o, every chi o, and but that's the same tempo as the first phrase, you see. Yeah. So it's going to be played a wee bit faster, but if you listen to the recording, you go to the Pipers'Persuasion site and you listen to even the first variation, not the high A variation, the following variation, and it keeps it moving along. And you think it's doing something extra with an E or a B here, but not really. It's just the way the tune's been constructed. So, yeah, Tullahard's a smashing tune. Any other ones?
Too Long in This Condition.
Yeah, same story. R.U. Brown again. I've refurbished that this year. How do you play the second phrase?
Now I have Tulloch Gorm in my head.
There you go. Dum dum pay, dabra hey di ando. Then the second phrase. Dum he. Do you hold it at that E after that? He I say there.
Not so that long, yeah, but yeah.
R.U. Brown tends to hold that wee bit, and I've got a recording of John McFadden playing it the same way. But the next bit is the mini phrase. He the E's let go right up to the F, which is a wee bit different again from the way I'd originally learned it. So it's always worthwhile going back and having a look at even the small tunes again, just to refresh your memory. And so the Pipers'Persuasion collection is great, but Willie would give you a lot of tunes as well, recordings. Yeah,
you have lots of them, all of them, yeah.
Willie's recordings are terrific,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very straightforward too,
Yeah, and I always practice with them. I have them in my earplug.
Yeah, the earpiece.
Yeah, and I practice with them. That's very good.
Yes, that's excellent. So you obviously enjoy the Pipers'Persuasion. You've been delighted to hear Willie won the Glenfiddich.
Yeah, very much, yeah.
He did a lovely Pipers'Persuasion, and the Emissar was absolutely terrific.
Yeah, there was nothing to say, I think. What I heard, I think there was nothing to say.
Did you follow it on the internet, Susie?
Yes, yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, all of them.
Yeah, yeah. So you'd get a very good lesson as well, because
Yeah.
when the recording is, they make very, very fine recordings, and you're right, so you can actually hear the bagpipe and everything. I sat at the back of the hall, but I thought I'd get a good listen, you know. And,
Yeah, yeah, I prefer to be there, and I think I will come
yeah,
next year. But it's good that it's live streamed. I'm very thankful that it's live streamed.
yes, absolutely, because people all over the world can follow all these things
Yeah.
now. The World Pipe Band Championship, everything, you know. So that's your paper, Susie, and you're progressing, and Willie's keeping you right with all that stuff. That's great, fantastic.
Definitely.
I understand that you had a spell in the Glasgow Sky Pipe Band.
Mhm.
I see. I spies, right?
I was there when Kenny was there, and I enjoyed it very, very much. And he's a very good pipe major.
Mm-hmm. So when was that, Susie? Tell us about that.
Oh, good question. I think it was 2014. Oh, I have to think about it. I think it was 2013 or 14. And then he left the band, and then I left as well when he was away.
When did you start playing with the pipe bands?
I started with Heidelberg and District, and
Okay.
that was in 2009. And I played with them until I went to the Glasgow Sky. So it was 4 or 5 years with them. A very good band. I enjoyed it a lot, but I wanted to get better and do other things and play
Yeah.
MSRs. And that's
Who actually had the Heidelberg band?
at that time it was Donald McPhee.
And that's of the bagpipe shop.
Yes.
That,
Yeah, from since
and
yeah. Mhm.
because Heidelberg is just north of the Mulhausen, where
Yeah,
he has his shop.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah, that's it.
So there you are. We actually went up and we did the McCallum Roadshow, as you know.
Yeah, I
And,
was there. Mhm.
yes, and I think was that Mulhausen?
Yeah,
Just
that was it. Yeah. Mhm.
Mulhausen, and on a day off or a separate part of the day, we actually visited Heidelberg, and a very, very beautiful day there, and lovely, the river and everything else, and the castle up in the hill there.
Mhm.
Yeah. Is it a castle? Yeah, I think so.
Is it? Yeah, yeah, it's ruined, but it is a castle. Yeah, or it was.
Yeah. Aye. But I understood at that particular time, they had very, very serious flooding of the river occasionally.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
they suffered a lot of
yeah,
flooding from the river.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, many
Does,
times.
does that still occur?
I think so, yeah. Especially last year, and everything was overflooded last year.
Yeah, yeah,
For
yeah.
sure, it was the same in Heidelberg. I'm not sure about last year, but
Now,
can guess.
did you stay in Nuremberg when you played with Heidelberg?
Yes, yeah, and
That's a bit of traveling, isn't it?
yeah, 2 hours one way.
Yeah, yeah. I thought so. Aye. So you come away up to Heidelberg 2 hours,
Yeah,
practice, whatever, and away back home again.
yeah, yeah, that's it. I started driving at 5 o'clock and I came home at midnight.
Oh, you must have enjoyed it to go.
Yes,
Go
I
to that.
did.
Was
Yeah.
that the nearest band to you in Bavaria?
Uh, Munich is the same way, so
Yeah, yeah,
it's either way if I go there, or Stuttgart is the same way.
yeah.
Yeah,
Same length of time.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But is there any piping in Munich?
Yeah, there are the Claymore pipes and drums. It's quite a
Yeah,
big band.
they actually played with us in concert
Yeah,
when the police band were across in 2008. 11, I think it was.
Yeah, could be, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so. Or 2000, no, it might have been later, 2012, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because we did the Strathclyde Police did that concert, and I emceed it in German, and that was quite funny. But that was okay. And the Claymore pipe band were there, and they did the first half of the concert, and the police did the second half of the concert, if I remember.
Yeah.
And that was a good night.
Yeah.
And the big chap that drinks up all the big pints of beers, Ralph's his name.
Yeah.
What's his second name again, Ralph?
I just know his nickname.
No, he wraps his whole mouth right around a pint glass, and he swallows it all in a pint of beer just at one time.
Yeah, his nickname is Terminator.
The Terminator, that's it. Ralph the Terminator. He doesn't polish off human beings, he just polishes off pints of beer. But I understand he's a good musician as well. So yeah. So you had a lot of fun there. And where did you stay when you come across and played with Glasgow Sky?
I had a wee flat in Glasgow in the West End.
Where was
it was in Partick.
Yeah.
Thornwood Avenue.
Aye. And I know where you are exactly. You know, Ronnie Morrison would be dead by that time, but Ronnie Morrison stayed there when he was alive. That was, yes, just exactly there. And I used to go up to Ronnie's house for lessons, as did many others. He was my first favourite teacher, and I went back to him in 1991 after 20 years away from piping.
Yeah.
And went right through all the tunes again, and I recorded them. Not very well. The recording wasn't that great, but it was funny because Ronnie taught me my first Tilchard, and his brother Fred, old Fred, who's, I think Fred was the older of the two, actually. And he taught me my second favourite, which was Too Long in This Condition. Just funny how the tunes, but also learned, it was Ronnie taught me McSwan of Roig after that, Lament for McSwan of Roig. So that was the tunes that I got at that summer school at that particular time. But Thornwood Avenue, so that was a nice address you had.
Oh yeah, and I was overlooking over the park, and then there was Exeter Drive, the next street.
Yes.
And Peter MacLeod lived there.
Ah, yes.
So when I looked out of my living room window, I thought of Peter MacLeod.
Yeah.
He was there, and he walked the streets up and down, both the senior and junior. And that was a good feeling.
Wonderful pipers. And they actually taught a chap called Norrie Gillis, who taught me.
Yes.
So that's tremendous. Did you play with anybody after Glasgow Sky?
No, I stopped then. That was too good, to be honest. And then I stopped, and I did more on the solos. I went through the games or around the games. And did solo competitions.
Were you successful?
Yeah, it was okay. But it was more that I enjoyed it. I was outside, I was in Scotland.
Yes, of course, enjoyed playing a tune, yes.
Yeah, and that was everything I wanted.
Else. What was your favourite game, Susie?
I think it's Aberfeldy. Because there are so many cows and sheep there.
Yeah.
So funny, and there's so much going on. And I can remember when I was playing a slow air and a 6/8, I think, or was it slow air and chick? And on the one side there were tractors passing by, on the other side there were the audience shouting at the tractors, and there was everything was around me, and I was there just playing my Slovakia, and that was so good.
And because you wouldn't have any nerves because all
No,
the nonsense going on round about you.
was totally relaxed. That was the best competition I played.
Ah, fantastic. Did you play much in the paper competitions?
Yeah, yeah.
Good. Uh-huh.
I also played in the clasp in the amateur league,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great.
and
Uh-huh.
yeah, I started there, and then I got graded.
Uh-huh. Yes. And are you still doing anything like that, Susie?
Yes, my left hand does not do what I want at the moment, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm a wee bit more relaxed, and I don't do that much, or I can't do that much. But as soon as that is fixed, I will be on the boards again.
How do you find it? Is it a muscle thing or what
Um,
is nerves or
I
what is,
think I don't know, to be honest. The fingers are going inside, and I can't lift them up like I wanted.
yeah.
And sometimes it's better, and sometimes it's not.
You know something, that happened to me twice before, and it was dehydration. I wasn't drinking enough before I played,
Okay.
drinking enough water
Yeah.
to be properly hydrated. And it took me a while to discover that, but just thinking back, how was I feeling and the preparation beforehand and what like the weather was very hot and dry,
Mm-hmm.
all sort of thing. See, and I found that finger snapped shut on me
Yeah.
a couple of times,
Okay.
and I went to a specialist, and they were looking at all sorts of rubbish,
Mm-hmm.
but really everybody concluded it was dehydration. And it was Dr. John McCaskill told me,
Mm-hmm.
is when you're dehydrated just before a competition, he says drink plenty of water and eat a packet of crisps or
Oh,
chips, as
yeah.
you call them, the
Yeah.
concert, And I'm looking at it, it says it's the salt and the minerals in the crisps or
Yeah.
chips, and that puts the minerals, the salt back into you and the water as well, and that refreshes you.
Yeah.
So that's worthwhile maybe remembering and trying
Yeah.
to think about that,
Yeah.
because it could be something as simple as that, really.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I think. The doctors couldn't find anything. So,
No, I think you just drink plenty of water.
okay.
People don't drink enough water, and especially you get dehydrated with heat and blowing pipes, and you're playing too long, and your mouth dries up and everything else, So it could be something simple,
Yeah.
like, So
Yeah.
there you go. So what do you do now, Susie?
Um, I practice nearly like normal, and I try to
Uh-huh.
relax, and I play everything I want. I even have lessons with Willie, and we try out things,
Eh,
what helps, and we speak about it. So I never stop. I play my pipes every day just for 10 or 15 minutes, but I
what
never
pipes are
stop.
you playing?
Mine are Invarans from Brian Donaldson.
I know I was at the factory and I saw Donald meeting them, and I interviewed Donald at the factory
Yeah,
and 5 years ago. He's
yeah.
now in USA, of course.
Mhm.
I understand he's still meeting them across there. I don't know, but
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
But they had that factory in Fife, and
Yeah,
some,
yeah. I
yeah,
was there once, yeah. And
yeah, yeah.
yeah, very
So,
good pipes, and they
yeah.
sound very old, like an old set, so I like them a
Mm-hmm.
lot.
What bag are you playing in them?
A Bannatyne, a medium
Yeah,
Bannatyne,
aye, that's good. Yeah, yeah.
and easy drone reads, and a
Mm-hmm.
Bannatyne moisture control system.
Aye, what have you got for the moisture control?
It's I think it's the old one with the yellow wee balls in it.
Aye, yeah, yeah. So that's the tubes from the
Yeah, the
drone,
tubes, and
the
yeah,
tubes
yeah,
from the drones, and
yeah.
filled with beads, the orange beads.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
That's what I've got.
Yeah,
That's a Bannatyne system.
yeah,
Then Yeah, and Willie, God, I actually went along to Bannatyne factory with Willie, and I filmed Willie for Bannatyne, how to take all the bags apart, how to sort the beads, and this, that, and the next thing. And we did a whole lot of wee films for Bannatyne bags. I don't know if they appreciated it. I get a new kilt and jacket through that. That's another story. But no, quite. I like that. I've played that sort of system for years.
Yeah.
Play Rory Grossett's White Mamba drone reeds, which I find very, very steady, great sound from. Personally, I find that's an improvement, and the very little maintenance and all the rest of it. So it's good. You just be able to lift them, play them. That's what you want. What chanter have you got?
Of course, a McCallum.
What one have you got? Have you got the Calvary? The new one?
The new one, yeah.
Yeah. That's a Calvary. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think that's how you do it anyway. Yeah, but and how do you manage to get reeds for that?
I get them from Donald McPhee, the big Donald McPhee.
Yeah.
So I get it directly from him.
Yeah. I play his reeds in the McCallum MC Squared gold chant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it goes very, very well in that chanter. McDonald, I interviewed him for 2.5 hours once.
Oh, okay.
What a nice chap. So that's good. And apart from, you're not piping so seriously now, you're just enjoying your piping and everything else. I understand that you're writing about piping, or you're doing something along that, you're researching stuff, book or what?
Yes. The one thing is helping out a friend of mine who has a piping school, Andreas Hamsch, and I'm teaching for him part-wise. That's what I do at the moment. And I collect the stories behind the tunes.
Okay.
Another project I do to find out what... It started with Cameronian Rand. I wanted to find out how old it is and what it means.
Yes.
And so now I'm in a big project. I'm looking for all the tunes I can find, the modern tunes, the old tunes, the tunes from the 60s, everything I can find. And
are you about to bring out a book?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah, that's the plan, to collect as many tunes as I find, and then bring out a book next year in summer, hopefully.
Good.
And a second edition in maybe 5 or 6 years. If I find more.
Good. Excellent.
The plan.
Well, that's very interesting, really. Yeah. And anything else to do with piping that you're doing?
Not at the moment. It's the teaching and the book, and I have a normal job, so I'm quite...
So what do you do normally when you're working?
I'm a teacher for home economics.
Okay. So you teach people how to clean and cook curries?
Yes, that's... Yeah. Yeah.
Good, excellent. And how do you do that, Susie? Are you doing it online, or what's happening?
The pipes.
No, the home economics.
Oh no, I'm in school. It's normal.
School?
Yeah, I'm in it's a special school for children with mental issues, with
Yeah.
who have autism or Down syndrome children.
Yeah.
And that's
That'll
very
be good
funny.
fun.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, they're so honest, and that's funny.
Yeah, that's right. That'd be good fun
Yeah.
to do. Yeah, absolutely. And it's a wonderful thing to be able to help people along and give you a good feeling and all this. Your difficult days, the same as everybody else has in any job. But That's it. But not to worry.
That's okay.
The interaction between Germany, yourself, Heidelberg Pipe Band, and Willie teaching in Zoom and all this. You never mentioned, I don't think, do you see Willie when he goes across to Germany to teach?
Yeah. He has he goes to school, to Andreas Hamsch school in Weikersheim, and that's not far away from me.
Is that aye?
Yeah, so I can go there. And I had a workshop, a weekend workshop 3 weeks ago, I think, or 4 weeks ago, and he was there.
Whereabouts is that?
That was near Nuremberg.
Aye, yeah.
Yeah. And
I know he's also taught in Zurich.
yeah, he goes to Switzerland quite often.
Aye, we did a road show there once. McPhee organised it, and it was fine. My German was okay at that time, but there was absolutely no use in Switzerland. They don't speak it. I started to ask for road directions to the nearest pub, and I stopped somebody in the street and I hadn't a clue. I might as well have been talking Chinese, you know.
But it's the same for me.
So I just introduced the whole thing in English, and that was it. I just forgot the German. Just very, very, very expensive place, Zurich. Extremely. Südteuer.
Yeah. That's why I don't go there at the moment.
I know,
expensive, yeah.
But I think it was because Donald McPhee was selling quite a bit in Switzerland at the time, so it was to help boost sales and that sort of thing, support. But he's got. I mean, he's right. I know Donald, and I've met him 2 or 3 times. I met him at the big band concert and the road show and everything else, you know. And he did look us after us, especially the road show and the McCallum thing. It was very, very good, and we had a lovely time there. And he took me to where was the football stadium, the new one.
Yeah.
Who's that?
I think that's in Sinsheim. That was not far away from
Hoffenheim.
Yeah.
Hoffenheim.
Yeah.
Hoffenheim.
Yeah.
It's a new stadium at that time, and they were playing Hertha Berlin that night, and they had a lovely time. It was really very, very good, well organised. And at the interval, the hot dogs and the beer were all served.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Susie, for coming on and speaking to people in Piper's Persuasion. I'm quite sure everybody will thoroughly enjoy listening to your experiences with piping and Pyrrhic and everything else. So